Let's talk about shutdown politics and airport security. Who really is putting Americans at risk? Right now, across the United States, Americans are walking into airports facing something that they have not seen in years: long security lines, overwhelmed staff, and growing concerns about safety. This isn't a minor convenience. This is a system under strain. And the reason is simple: Washington politics. A prolonged shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security has left thousands of TSA agents, the very people responsible for screening passengers and keeping flights safe, working without pay for weeks. Hundreds have already quit. Thousands have already called out. And at some point, the busiest airports in the country, wait times have stretched to 4 hours or more. Think about that. Families, business travelers, children, seniors, all standing in lines, not just frustrated, but increasingly vulnerable as the system slows down. To stabilize the situation, President Donald Trump ordered Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) agents to deploy at major airports across the country. Now, let's be very clear what they're doing. They are not replacing TSA agents. They are not conducting screenings. They are not interrogating passengers at checkpoints. They are assisting, helping manage crowds, supporting checkpoint flow, checking operations are moving. And in at least one major airport, Atlanta, their passengers reported reduced times dramatically. This is not a political theory. This is operational reality. When staffing collapses, you reinforce the system. That's exactly what this move is designed to do. But instead of working immediately to fund DHS and restore paychecks to TSA workers, Democrats in Congress have refused to back a full funding measure. They have changes to immigration enforcement policy, particularly involving ICE, before agreeing to reopen DHS. So let's pause and think about that. Airport security is strained. TSA agents are unpaid. Americans are waiting in dangerously long lines, and negotiations are stalled. Over 460 TSA officers have already resigned during the standoff. That number is not abstract. That represents experience, training, security capability, walking out the door. This is what happens when essential workers are expecting to show up without a paycheck. And then came the rhetoric. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries both raised alarms about ICE agents being present at airports, suggesting that their presence could somehow endanger American travelers, even going as far as implying risk about abuse, brutality, or worse. Let's be very direct. Those comments should have never been made. They are not grounded in how their deployments are actually being carried out. ICE agents at airports are not running checkpoints. They are not detaining passengers in security lines. They are not conducting random enforcement operations inside terminals. They are supporting logistics. That is a fact. And when leaders suggest that federal agents assist airport operations could be brutalized or harmed travelers, that crosses a line. Not because criticism isn't allowed, but because accuracy matters, especially in a moment of heightened national concerns. That kind of rhetoric doesn't inform the public, it alarms them. It creates fear where clarity is needed. In fact, reports from major airports show calm, orderly environments, with ICE agents simply present, assisting operations. Some travelers have even expressed appreciation for the added support, because at the end of the day, people want efficiency. They want safety. They want to get through security lines and onto their flights. Now let's step back. Why are ICE agents even needed in the first place? Because TSA agents, the backbone of airport security, are working without pay. Because funding has not been restored. Because political standoff continues. This shutdown began in mid-February. And weeks later, here we are. And all of this happened during a period of heightened global tension. including ongoing conflict with Iran, where vigilance in traveling security is more important than ever. This is not the moment for instability. So here's the question every American should be asking. What comes first? Political leverage or public safety? Because right now, the facts are clear. TSA workers are unpaid. Airports are understaffed. ICE agents are being used as a temporary support measure, and Congress remains divided. This is not about party lines. This is about responsibility. And when the system that protects millions of travelers every single day begins to strain, you fix it immediately. The American people deserve functioning airports. They deserve security. And they deserve leadership that puts those priorities ahead of political standoff. For Englebrook Independent News, I'm Haylee Ficuciello.